having some more conservative voices on your network, actually not making them pariahs, not directing your audience to feel that everything that Donald Trump does.
Panel. She is self-appointed. She knows everything. It's great to see her ego take this hit, but I think it will be short-lived.
It's amazing to listen to her talk about.
All right, buckle up, folks. This is a story that's bound to have everyone talking. Picture this: Sunny Hostin, one of the most outspoken and polarizing figures on daytime television, is caught in the middle of yet another firestorm. And this time, it's messier than anyone could have imagined. You know her as the fearless, no-holds-barred voice on Asterisk, The View Asterisk, never afraid to speak her mind. But has she finally pushed the limits too far? Let's dive in.
Anna went in a different direction, but I love the fact that, Manny is younger and he's
How much younger is he?
Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he?
Like a month or a year or 10 years?
No,
or
5 years.
It's more than a year.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not about.
It all started during a live taping of The View when Sunny Hostin unleashed a series of comments that left the audience gasping and producers scrambling. Now, if you know Sunny, you know she's no stranger to controversy. In fact, she practically thrives on it. But this time, the stakes were higher, the backlash was swift, and the consequences could be career-ending. So what did she say? Let's just say she took direct aim at a specific group and didn't hold back, igniting outrage across social media, and even among her own colleagues.
I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He throws the garbage out.
Right.
He does the heavy stuff.
What's wild about this entire situation is how fast it spiraled out of control. One moment, Sunny was delivering her usual fiery commentary. Then suddenly, producers were reportedly forced to cut the live feed. That's right, cut the live feed. Let that sink in. For a show as seasoned as The View, where heated debates and controversial statements are practically the norm, this was an unprecedented move. Sources close to the production claim that Sunny's remarks were so incendiary, so completely off the cuff, that the team had no choice but to hit the proverbial panic button. And boy, did it send shockwaves through the entertainment world.
We know Sunny Hostin and her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, are preparing for a legal battle to fight accusations that he committed federal insurance.
Let's rewind for a moment and break down what might have led to this explosive moment. Sunny Hostin has long been a lightning rod for criticism, largely due to her outspoken views on race, gender, and social justice. She's made headlines countless times for calling out systemic inequities and challenging those in power. But while her supporters applaud her candor, her critics argue that she often crosses the line into divisiveness. And this latest incident, it seems to have been the tipping point. According to insiders during a discussion on diversity, equity, and inclusion, a topic Sunny is famously passionate about, she allegedly veered off script with remarks that many found inflammatory. While the exact wording hasn't been officially confirmed, thanks to that live feed cut, multiple sources suggest she made sweeping generalizations about white men, doubling down on her belief that they have disproportionately benefited from systems of privilege. Now, this isn't the first time Sunny has addressed this demographic, but her delivery this time, described by some as unapologetically blunt, struck a nerve like never before.
Sunny Hostin of The View, who's constantly raging about race and reparations and how bad America is and its racial past and all that.
The backlash was immediate and intense. Viewer reactions flooded social media with hashtags both supporting and condemning Sunny trending within minutes. Some praised her as a trailblazer for speaking truth to power, while others accused her of fueling division. And then there were those demanding her outright removal from The View, insisting she had crossed a line even the show couldn't justify. It was chaos, pure and simple, and the producers were caught squarely in the middle. But the drama didn't stop there. The fallout extended far beyond the viewers at home. Rumors began swirling about tension among the co-hosts, with whispers of on-set arguments and icy exchanges during commercial breaks. Some sources even claimed that certain co-hosts were blindsided by Sunny's remarks and felt uneasy being associated with the controversy. And let's not forget the producers, who, according to insiders, were in full crisis mode. scrambling to figure out how to address the situation without alienating their audience or further damaging the show's reputation.
Know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life.
Behind the scenes, discussions reportedly turned to whether Sonny should face disciplinary action, with everything from a public apology to a possible suspension allegedly on the table. But here's the thing. Sonny has built her entire brand on being unapologetically herself. Would she even consider backtracking on her statements? And if not, what does that mean for her future on The View? These are the questions that have everyone buzzing, and as of now, there are no easy answers. Adding another layer of complexity to the situation is the broader cultural moment we're in. Conversations about race, privilege, and equity have never been more urgent, but they've also never been more polarizing. Sonny's comments, whether you agree with them or not, tapped into a deep well of societal tension, forcing everyone, from her co-host to her critics, to confront uncomfortable truths. Some argue that this is exactly why she's such a valuable voice on The View. Others, however, believe that her approach does more harm than good, alienating potential allies and reinforcing divides.
Doing something a little bit more diabolical, if I'm being honest. Representative Andy Ogles, a Republican of Tennessee, on January 23rd, just 3 days after Trump was inaugurated, already proposed amending the 22nd Amendment to allow Trump to serve a third term.
Amid all the chaos, Sonny herself has remained relatively quiet, at least publicly. But those who know her say she's not one to back down from a fight. If anything, this controversy might only embolden her further. After all, this is the same Sonny Hostin who once said, "Asterisk if you're not making people uncomfortable, you're not telling the truth." Love her or hate her, there's no denying she's a force to be reckoned with. Still, the big question remains. How does The View move forward from here? The show has weathered plenty of controversies over the years, but this one feels different. The stakes are higher, the backlash is louder, and the potential fallout is greater. Will the producers stand by Sonny and risk alienating a significant portion of their audience? Or will they take action to distance themselves from her remarks, potentially sacrificing one of their most provocative voices in the process? It's a delicate balancing act, and all eyes are on them to see how they'll handle it.
Been criticized them for 8 years for doing it, pointing out that it's not the job of the media to take sides.
Meanwhile, the public reaction continues to evolve. Petitions demanding Sonny's removal have already garnered thousands of signatures, while others have rallied behind her, insisting that her voice is more necessary than ever. The debate has even spilled over into the media, with pundits and commentators weighing in on what this controversy reveals about free speech, accountability, and the role of daytime television in shaping public discourse. It's a conversation that shows no signs of slowing down, and one that carries implications far beyond The View as we wait to see how this all unfolds. One thing is certain. Sonny Hostin isn't going down without a fight. Whether you see her as a fearless truth teller or a divisive figure, there's no denying that she's sparked a discussion that can't be ignored. And in the world of television, controversy might just be the ultimate currency. But at what cost? And here's the kicker. This isn't just about Sonny or even The View *. It's a reflection of the larger cultural battles playing out across the country. How do we navigate conversations about race and privilege in a way that's both honest and constructive? What role does the media play in amplifying or silencing these voices? And perhaps most importantly, where do we draw the line between free speech and accountability? These are the questions Sonny's comments have forced us to confront. And the answers? They're anything but simple.
Which, by the way, how annoying is The View getting? God, they're insufferable, that lot, aren't they? It's just a side.
As for The View, the pressure is on like never before. Will they find a way to turn this controversy into a teachable moment? Or could this mark the beginning of the end for one of daytime television's most iconic shows? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Stay tuned because the drama is just getting started. And now the plot thickens all right. Folks, let's pick up right where we left off because the controversy surrounding Sunny Hostin and The View is only getting juicier, messier, and way more complicated. If you thought the public backlash and calls for her removal were the end of it, think again. This scandal is like a snowball rolling downhill, gaining speed, growing bigger, and dragging everything and everyone in its path. And trust us, the ripple effects of this situation go far beyond Sunny's comments. It's not just her career that's on the line. The View itself is facing an existential crisis, and the fallout is bleeding into every corner of her personal and professional life. Buckle up, because this is where things really start to heat up.
Sunny Hostin, one of the ladies on The View, she just came out. And you got to give her credit for standing against massive unpopularity.
Let's start with the shocking aftermath of the live feed being cut. For a show like The View which thrives on spirited debates and controversial hot takes, pulling the plug mid-broadcast is almost unheard of. According to insiders, the decision wasn't made lightly. It was reportedly a last-minute call by producers who feared that allowing Sunny to continue her tirade could cause irreparable damage. Not just to her reputation, but to the show's brand as a whole. And let's be honest, The View has seen its fair share of controversy over the years. But this was an entirely new level of chaos. The fallout was immediate. Fans watching live were left stunned and confused, flooding social media with questions and wild theories. Had Sunny been fired on the spot? Was this the beginning of the end for The View Within hours, #CancelTheView was trending, with critics slamming the show for allowing such a divisive moment to air in the first place. On the flip side, Sunny supporters rallied around her, accusing producers of silencing a powerful voice and stifling free speech. It was a full-blown online war, with both sides digging in their heels, and neither willing to back down.
She just came out at a time when woke is at its absolute lowest. Nobody wants to claim that mantle anymore. She claimed that mantle. And she said to oppose woke, actually, is ungodly and unchristian.